Canada,
Yeah.
first time in the last 24 years that they made it to the Octagon, final 8 teams. They'll be playing for the final round of qualifiers for the World Cup. Top three teams make it through. What we saw, like they just played. It was 10 days, 4 games. They got 4 wins. They got the job done. The performances we saw, it just confirmed to me that this is the best Canadian team we've ever had. We had a
Mm.
lot of players show up from Jonathan Osorio in the midfield, middle of the park showing up, Scott Kennedy on the back line, the duo of Alfonso Davies and Jonathan David. It's one of those duos where it's like it's almost kind of reminds me of the potential of the Benzema and Mbappe duo of what they can do when they link up with each other. It's so dangerous. Like it's almost unguardable once they're on the same page, right? So yeah, Kyle Laren showing up as well. So first game we beat Aruba 7-0, then we beat Suriname 4-0, beat Haiti 1-0, then 3-0 in the most recent game. And this recent game was actually a game where uh it was like the ball wasn't going in the back of the net to begin with. We're still up 1-0. We're
Yeah,
up 1-0. We have the
I saw the
away we have
chance
the
with like the triple save with the keeper, man. That was
yeah, so
crazy.
we have the away goal, but you need that reassurance. And hey, man, I'll take the goal however they come. You saw what happened to the keeper.
Oh my god. Oh my god, man. You see, as a goalkeeper, you hate to see those stuff happening to
Yeah.
another goalkeeper, right?
Hmm.
But god damn.
Yeah, that was
How
that
do you
was
miss the ball twice?
twice. You got another chance. God give you another chance.
God said, okay, you messed up, okay, save yourself. And you're like, nah, I don't want to save myself. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah, that's a tough one for him. But
but I'm actually really, really happy for the Canadian national team,
hmm
right? Because taking that next step, and, calling up the right players, implementing the youths, getting the right blend in the squad, playing the right way, and being able to like move on to the next round of the World Cup qualifications, right?
Not only that, just the right coach, having John Herdman, who used to be with the women's national team, come in. He's the
Yeah,
right guy for the job. Like he clearly knows the roster very well during these 10 days and the 4 games. The roster he'd be switching around, so he knows exactly where to place a guy. We actually have a deep team, so it's it's as a Canadian fan, it's a beautiful thing to see when okay, we have the chance. Like we just needed to get to the octagon. That's all we needed to do, and the guys got the job done. In past histories, we see us fumbling it when we think we have the chance, and it was great to get that reassurance because a lot of fans, Canadian fans, had anxiety during these past 10 days. So it's a great to see.
yeah.
So moving on to the octagon, you have, as I said before, like top 3 teams make it to the World Cup. Fourth team can have a chance, like in this playoff format, like a interconfederation playoff format type thing. But the goal is make it to the top 3. Canada basically will be playing. So you're playing in September, October, November, January, all the way up to March. They'll be playing Honduras, USA, El Salvador, Mexico, Jamaica, Panama, and Costa Rica. Uh, I believe in the team, man. I believe in what we can do. All I have to do is beat top 3. Obviously, it's going to be tough for the likes of the Mexicos, the USA, Costa Rica. It's tough, but I believe in the team. If we're gonna get it done, this is the roster. This is the roster, man. This is the roster.
I cry. I
What?
cry. I cry. What do you mean? U.S., Mexico, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Canada. Who else am I missing?
Costa Rica. Is it Costa
Yeah,
Rica? That's it. Costa Rica.
yeah.
Yeah,
Who
Costa
else is gonna be
Rica,
there?
Panama, El Salvador.
Panama. Listen, Jamaicans. The Jamaican national team are getting English players that are going back to the home to play for their home country.
Hmm.
Quality of the Jamaican team is going to be nasty. US team is already nasty. The Mexican team is already nasty. That's your top 3 right there.
Well,
So
that's
that
So let's get into it because now you have the Gold Cup coming up this summer. The big question is like, does John Herdman bring his starting like the whole starting roster to the Gold Cup? Does he play them consistently so then they could kind of get ready for those Octagon games? Like what does he do, or does
He
he make it a
has to.
shift
He has
where he
to. He
brings the
has to.
B team?
Because no. Because you have to realize this, right? Your core team has to play at the biggest games.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? So they get used to those games. So when they come up against Jamaica, when they come up against Mexico, they're ready. They're prepared. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's what you want. You want them to be able to play those games, get experience in those games. Because without experience, if your experience coming into that Octagon games is playing Haiti and playing the Aruba and playing those guys, bro, trust me, the same way you're beating them 7-0, the same way they're gonna beat you 7-0 when you get there. If that's your experience going into that, right? So you wanna at least play some high level competitive games, right? With your core team, with your first 11, with your strong team, to get them ready. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
Because
mean?
because I think these games in the second round that we just finished playing, these were the games to test how we do under pressure with expectations. Because it's one thing like these teams you should be able to beat them, but to have that pressure of beating them, like it's huge to see
Yeah,
what can this squad, it's a young squad, what can this young squad do with that pressure? Can they deliver? And they delivered on expectations. So I think mentally the team's there, obviously.
yeah.
Now in the Gold Cup, as you said, it's the chances of playing high quality week in week out. So how does a team do against high quality week in week out? It's gonna be a big test. I think you do. What's good about John Herman is that he knows how to change the lineup and have people rest when they need to rest. Like he doesn't go all out in
All
games. He
out
doesn't
every
need to go
time.
out. But even though he doesn't go all out in these games, you still see us progressing and learning new things. Right? We saw it in the last few games where you have like the first game where Jonathan David and Alfonso Davies are getting subbed on later on in the game. Right? So it's
Yeah,
one of those. It's one of those where I believe John Herman knows exactly what he's gonna do for the World Cup. I trust in what he can do, and going into the octagon, you just want to be as ready as possible, right, guys? Which we do have, and see what happens. But it's a beautiful thing to see Canada uh, delivering on expectations.